Hello, everyone. Welcome to my podcast. Today, I am with Sudon Prajapati. He is working as a IT consultant in government of Nepal. So I welcome him in my podcast. Thank you so much, Sudan Dai, for coming. Can you tell me about yourself?
And good morning to everyone. And thanks, Sunita, for inviting me. I am Sudhan Prajapati, a senior of Sunita in Copper Engineering College. About myself, I'm working in the Nepal government sector, especially in a non-governmental from the 80 World Bank project since 4 years in the Youth Employment Transformation Initiative project of the World Bank to the Ministry of Labor and Employment, Social Security Ministry. So it's been a long. It's been 15 years. We have graduated from the Copper Engineering College, and I
Yeah.
have more than 15 years experience in the both public and private sectors. So working in both sectors with day-to-day in my life is still working, I think so. So encouraging the Nepali newcomers in the IT sector and also giving my expertise to the ministry and the INGO sectors. So
Yeah. Thank you so much for your brief introduction. And we are talking today regarding IT consultant. How's the market in the Nepal regarding the IT sector in the government? So can you just tell me how like the people who wants to join the IT consultant in Nepal? How's the scope of that?
in Nepal, after graduating from the university, you have to go for the civil servant exams. Of basically, you have to go civil servant exam to be an engineer in Nepali IT sector, Nepal government IT sector, especially for the IT consultant. You should be expert in the area. Not only the one area, you have to gain the knowledge of the border areas. So like you don't you have to just only you don't have a knowledge of programming, you should be forget on the programming management, database, and the servers Linux. You have to gain the knowledge because in the ministry the engineers will look on the managerial sector. So he will be focused on the ministry managerial sector, but the IT consultant should be focused on everything. You have to gain knowledge about the how you manage the resources, how do you make a TUR, term of references, how you make a resource planning, how you make the budget allocation. You have to gain the knowledge. This knowledge that came by the frequent rigorous you have been dedicated in doing work like from development to the managerial sector. So you have to gain the knowledge. And besides this, becoming an IT consultant is really tough in the ministry because you have to be better than the civil servant engineers. You have to get the knowledge. You have to ability to convince every joint secretaries minister, that the role you have to not only on the ministry level, developing partners. You have to also be coordinated with the developing partners who are funding the government in the IT sector. So this type of knowledge you have to go through it, and this experience come with the time, with the experience you work on, with the knowledge you gain in the managerial sector. As I have experience, I have worked more than the 10 years 15 years on this sector. So these are rigorously developed in my rapidly developed in my sector of working. So you have to be a tough one on the IT to compete for the IT consultant.
So one question I have in my mind, like when you started, right? How do you decide to go to do the government job? You have a earlier plan, or is it like you prepared and slowly go to government sector? How's that?
As we know, you and I know, during our college lives, there is no lesson of how to get jobs. We only focus how to pass in engineering. Yeah,
Yeah.
we go every semester. After 2 months there come your broad exams, so their exams come so fastly we don't have a time to think how to get on the civil jobs. How there is no practical session on how to get the everyone start from the intern on the private sectors. So about my experience, I after the graduation on 2008, I went to the different IT companies, and there I seen no difference between the engineering student or without IT background students. There is no any difference between. So that part is really frustrating. Engineering is not a simple subject. You have to go through 50 to 60 subject. You have to pass. You have to go through different assignment, different teachers torture, college torture, and the university tortures. Yeah, and after the passing, we don't get the job what we have learned. You have to fill a gap by yourself, academic and real life goal. There is a in Nepal you see that there is no more companies like international companies. In our days there was only Deerwalk, two three companies that we can count on our hand. So in the there are small company, there is also SLC pass people, plus two pass people, and the people from the non IT sectors. You have to compete with them. So that part was really frustrating me. And so then I decided, after in 2012 there was one opinion that thought come inside my heart: you have to go to the masters. So I drop out all the jobs which I was doing, and I thoroughly studied masters in a Tribhuvan University. After completing my masters, during my thesis period, there was an opportunity there. I go on the researching on scholarship labels. Then I see there is a consultant job, that IT expert level job, and I tried and job I selected, and I worked for the Nepal government customs department of customs for 2 years in a ADB project, that's called SASIC project of the ADB. From that part I started my as IT consultant journey. Until now I'm working in a different NGO project, and in the middle of between the ADB project and between this AT project, I also work as a public sector servant in a Tiruvani University as a software engineer also. So there is a huge experience on the public private sector and NGO and the government sector. This type of jobs are really challenging, and these type of jobs are not permanent. You have to go for every, there is a term period you have to complete, and then also you have to go for research. For that you have to prepare your knowledge. You should be fast enough to get to competitive in this competitive IT market.
So I want to ask you one question. Like, in when you graduated from like a masters. So do you face any challenges when you start your career as an IT consultant?
During that phase it was really tough, because IT consultant job, there is a limited opening and there is a high competition. There is high competition. I feel I am lucky that I get the chance. After my master's just completed, I got the job in the Asian Development Bank, Asian Development Bank SASIC project. It's really challenging, and during that phase, academic phase, I always say academic phase and the industrial phase and government side is really different. To convince government think as a IT related software as a like a piece of cake. As we know, it's not a piece of cake. It's think for any software, it goes through the rigorous process of analysis, development. In development also it take a time, and for the system to be stable it also take a time. So it really get me challenged. I started as a consultant in a software development, Java developer. At that time I developed different custom level softwares to understand the international level of standard of that there is a there is an international UN UNTAD organization which governs the customs software. To understand the international software from the Nepali level educations, different software cycle is a really tough job. That time that was tough, and rigorously due to the frequent development process, I understand the term, and I dedicatedly develop. I think I develop 4 to 5 to 6 modules to the Nepal government of customs. Nepal that is under the Ministry of Finance and the Department of Customs, and that system is still running. I think there. So it's a really challenging to go to the international level of market, international level of software development when you just graduate, when after the education level. So you have to be confident in yourself to work on that.
So I think you have already worked before that, right? After bachelor's, you worked for how many years in a private sector? You say
I think 4 years. I did that.
4 years.
I worked from 2008 to 2012.
Okay, so how do you compare with that, like the private sector and the public sector? Is there any vast difference? Anything you want to share with the audience?
Uh, uh, just in the private sector, you don't have a boundary. You have to understand front end also. You have to understand back end also. You have to understand on database also. You have to be gaining the knowledge. But in the government sector, you have to be perfect in one sector, either development, either database, or either you have go to the server level. What sector you go for, that expertise needs to government. But in the private sector there is no boundary. In Nepal, if you want to earn more, you have to gain the knowledge more. So you have to be expert in everything. That's the main living standard for any IT graduates to be there. So currently, just I see, I basically when I meet the new graduates, they are focusing on the programming. Just like there is a trend of Node.js, and there is Node.js and React Native, and there is also trend of Flutter. So I think there is lots of market on development of the data science. Also, there is still confusion, and that part is not educated in our any engineering graduates are getting that type of knowledge, or any college graduates getting that type of knowledge. So that is really tough. And in the bureaucracy level, in government level, you have to be theoretically strong. You have to give a 4 years everything you learn the exam. So there is a vast difference in government and private sector. That I have I'm getting I'm thinking you have to be for the government, you have to pass 4 years, and you go for the civil servant exam, you have to go for the government's syllabus, and you have to pass the exam, and you will select on government, and you will go for that sector. For the private sector, you will get the job, you will be perfect on the job. If you want to earn more, you have to practice on more new technology. So there is never ending in the private sectors about your knowledge and working on which sector you have to. You won't be binding only one sector. You after just like you are getting the Java, and if there is a trend of Python, you have to be compatible with the Python also. So that's the difference between government and private sector, as I have learned in this time period.
Yes, I agree with you. Now, the new graduates have to understand about like how to make his or her career path, where to go. So it depends upon ourselves, how we develop ourselves, like how we get the knowledge, and then we do our work. Thank you so much for sharing that. And yeah, over the years, like how do you cope with the new technology? Because there's a lot of new technology every month. There will be the new updates coming up. So how do you cope with that?
I think you have your base should be strong. That is made during our during the college life. Your IT knowledge base, just like we say during our the bachelor, we say why to study C, why to C plus plus, why to go for the Java, why, because in the college you give a basic strength on the C, because C is everything, and then you go for the data structure. When you that part is strong, and algorithm and that discrete math and discrete algorithms, when you are strong on that, every technology depends on that. Just I can give you an example of design patterns during college. If you are strong in design pattern, that is implemented in every industry, and every high level new level language follow that. So that's base should be strong, and this is request to the every teachers of every university. If you give the knowledge to student that level base, that every technology won't be difficult to understand. Just like we have studied the database is the core part of everything you develop go on the database. You have to know the joins, you have to know the normalizations. That part will help you to guide in every sector of your life. So in the college you have to make your base strong. That basic will guide you to the every technology, so to cope then. And after I think I suggest that um, you when you go for the programming is the best part to gain the knowledge. You can do a lifelong programming. So beside the programming, you go for the managerial skill also. You will basically that will enhance you, because you don't want to be a lifelong or developer. You have to be a team leader, you have to be a manager. So you have to go on that gradual process. So that type of skill you have to develop. You have to also because in my this career, technical people are just focused on something only. They are really focusable, and management student are achievers. They go for the every sectors, every no you have to also gain the management sector. So that's why there is a project management subject in engineering also. So that's you have to understand why these subjects are arranged accordingly.
That's a good point. Yeah, you have said we start with the developer. Basically, we enjoy making the software like a web application, right? But in some point, we need to be update ourselves, our personal growth as well. So we need to yeah, learn more thing like as a team lead and as a project manager. It will help us in our own personal growth. That is very good topic that you have just mentioned. And so apart from that, I just want to say, as you are working father also, right? You have a kid. So how do you do the balance, work life balance?
During that's a really good question. During the after the marriage, when you have a kid, that the first part is really difficult to manage the time, because as a father, there comes a responsibility when the children's you knew some children, the children born. Yeah. So I think for the father, then mother have a more responsibility. Mother leave a job for them. for them. In IT, I have seen lots of my female colleagues have left the job during their pregnancy, and after the childbirth they come back after 2 3 years. Yeah, so. So during that child was born first time, I really kept myself busy on I think being a father is a really happiness, but the responsibility for him goes high. We have to fulfill every demand of our child. Every parents love to fulfill the design, fulfill their dreams, their wishes, everything. So during 1 2 year I just focus on work, but after a certain time I feel happiness is that where your family lives, where your child is there, where is your family is there. So I work 10 to 5. When I come to home, I leave my laptop. I never touch my laptop. That recently from 4 5 years I didn't touch, I didn't do job on home. So family time is a better. So to get attached to your children, that children will respect you and features. So whatever we earn for them, the respect we have earned by giving them the time, that will be cash on the futures. So every parent should learn that we should give our children a learn. So helping them in their assignment in Nepal, I think the about my son, I can be school gives them an assignment that should be done by the parents. Yeah, my son study in a 4 class. The teachers gives him make a solar system that he's not capable. So parents are also engaged them, and they respect the parents. And just recently in the IT also, currently students are so talented. They learn from the YouTube. They can source everything. Even sometimes I'm astonished by the new generations. They know everything in the mobile, how they can capture. They started a blogging. They start a blogging. They dream about the blogging from now. So during our bachelor also, we don't have a concept of blogging till now. Also, I never blog in my YouTube channel. My son start a blogging. So we have to make them IT friendly. Also, we have to prevent from the IT. Also, they learn lot of from the parents than YouTube nowadays. I see my son seeing the YouTube gaming videos, blogging of game blogging. There is a positive aspect. He's learning English, and vocabulary is also getting better. But with the pros and cons, there is a word which are not listened by the student of that age are listening. So that's part of the more challenge. As a parent, that should be take care. So we, especially father, son and me, we play carrom board during our free times. We play Uno cards free time. We go for the every weekend we go for the dinners together, and that's a part as a being a challenge. That's a more precious than any earning and anything in the world, I think so.
Yes, of course. Yeah, nowadays the kids are very smart, right? They know how to do what by themselves.
I think during Nepal, we during our bachelors, there is a mobile was just Nokia, black and
Yeah.
white mobile was just our dream. Just it was our dream during our bachelor. So we used to prank our friends by when we get a new number, then calling them prank, just like a black and white number. At that time we don't have a messenger, we don't have anything on the mobile, so just black and white mobile, and everyone was there. Then the system changes from that years to the this part. The kids know how to use the mobile. Kids know how to choose a YouTube videos, and the YouTube also doing that. Whatever they see, they are recommending them frequently. So this generation are changing, and this generation are far more advanced than us. I can guarantee this generation will not be a IT freak. They will take IT as a skill development, and they will go for the advance on that. I think the current trend will be that in the future.
Yes, of course, that is true. Nowadays, kids are very open, right? Want to do something, like they want to take a video, or they can just make their own creative thing. So one question I have in my mind, so as you said, you are working as an IT consultant, so you need to know everything, right? The cloud computing, how's that in the government sector? They are using it or not in Nepal? How's that? Do you know about this?
I can say the Nepal scenario. This there is a government cloud. in Nepal. So in government cloud, just Nepal government doesn't want to share data in Amazon cloud or different platforms. So there is a government cloud. They are hosting the new systems on the government cloud. This is governed by Department of Information Technology, which is under the Ministry of Communications, that belongs to. So everything should be during before this G cloud concept. Every ministry is making is buying their own server and sustaining their own system. This is taking a heavy cost to the ministry. So Nepal government is now initiating that every system should be built under the government, deployed under the government cloud. So there is a concept of a government cloud. So government cloud is going better than better. So I think in few years everything will be hosted on our own server, government server, and the every ministry don't have to buy a server. That will be handled by Ministry of Communication and the Department of Information Technology. So Nepal government is progressing on that. There is a data NITC, National Integrated, we call GIDC, Government Integrated Data Center, and in the Singadar, inside the Singadar, and one recovery center on Hitoda. And also I think they are making on the Kohalpur. So it is progressing. The cloud concept is progressing. And I think cloud is the future for every IT. Everything will be deployed on that. Everything will be accessible from that. So that part is rigorously, gradually progressing, and different sector are also investing on it. So that will be the soon technology for the Nepal government. Still, there is a government cloud. Some systems are deployed on that, and all the systems should be deployed on the near future on the government cloud.
Great. That's a good news for the people who are trying to come in with the cloud computing, like cloud engineer. They have a good opportunity in Nepal as well, right? Thank you so much for sharing that. And just going back to the childhood. So can you tell me how was you in the child?
So during child, I think I don't want to study. I don't think I would be an engineer. So during the I think I was lazy watching TV. At my generation, it was a TV. Yeah, there is no internet. There is a channels, watching channels. So during I think I was weak on the study. I think during I remember 8 9, I gradually progressed from after the SLC. I drastically changed. So and that at that time there was no computer in every home, even we the computer was a precious priceless precious things for every Nepali people, Nepali family. There was no laptops, or there was a desktop. Oh, desktop, and there was a desktop also. There was a 40 GB hard disk and 180 MB RAM. So during when I go to my friend's house, when I see, that are rich people, so why we are poor, there was every question on my mind and everything. So that days was enjoying with a friend, watching movie on the what is button broadcast on television, and just studying during the exam. During the exam, frankly, I about me, I say I studied on the SOS Armor Minor, higher secondary school. That was on Sanatimi. I traveled from, as my house is in still in Balaju, so I have to travel a lot. So I have traveled a lot, but it's Sanatimi is a really far from the Balajo. So I am the only one candidate during that batch, 2058 SLC batch, who traveled from Kathmandu to Sanatimi. So after SLC, the long distance educations have there are friends are on the Timi and Bhaktapur, and I am on in Kathmandu. So every gathering is in becomes on the Sanotimi and Bhaktapur, and only I am on Kathmandu. So I say them, I am also your friend. Come to the Kathmandu, and the gathering will be there. So childhood was a special. That moment was a special. That's the thing everybody should face. That in that there is no any goal to be an engineer. Just happiness, happy, enjoy the life. Don't go lazy doing the assignment, just like a kid, just normal thing, I think. That's the part was my childhood. That was before I passed the SLC level in the school.
Yeah, nice. That I didn't know that you were was in SOS. So yeah, that is really very far, right? From Balaju to SOS is the distance is. So you took a school bus.
From Balaju to Jamal, I travel in local bus.
Oh,
and
okay.
then I travel for a school. Then I go through a travel. I think during that time period there was no traffic jam on the
Yeah.
Kodeshwar area, Baneswar area. That was a golden area. There was a
Yeah.
golden era, and I cross Koteshwar. I think once a week. I don't really go to the. Even I after graduation I didn't go to the Kopo Engineering College. I think someday Kopo Engineering will call me as an expert to give a lectures on them, because in I also give a lecture to the different college when they are invited as a guest lecturer, and I share my experience. I share everything how to go the graduation on there. So I have to. There is a in every year I think one or two times I cross Koteshwar area, so I don't have to go there. So that's a memory for me, golden memory for me, that during a time period.
Yeah, that's really very good. Sharing the experience to the new graduates, that will be very helpful for them. Some of the people after graduation they don't know where to go. Like some they know they will be working on the private sector, but some of them they go to the abroad for the further studies. There's a lot of new graduates. They are working in IT sector in Nepal, and also they are doing very good in comparing to the one that we used to get in that time, the salary wise and everything. Recalling that memories, how do you feel Nepal is developing in the IT sector?
Yeah, Nepal is really progressing in IT sector. Lots of international companies is here now. During I already said during their during our graduation, after the bachelor completed, undergraduation completed, there is only 4 5 companies international. We give a lot. I think $400 at the time. We think that's a lot of thing. Currently, the intern is getting far than that amount, and dollar they are getting on a dollar. That's a really good point to the Nepali IT graduates who are working on that. That's a really big thing. I think $1 equal to 135 rupees in Nepali, so they have a really good life, and these graduates are really happy than we used to be during our back life 10 years back life. So I think lots of companies are investing on their infrastructure, giving just I can give you example. If it's a US based company, the environment is like a US, and the working environment is like a US. They can work on the every free time. Thus one of the flexibility in IT is that they don't have to sit 10 to 5 job. They can work on their flexible time, so there is a more output. And giving 2 days of holiday, Sunday and Saturday, is a really best part, because they enjoy they enjoy, there is a enjoy time, and there will be more productivity. So that's the main work culture developing as an international level, from the different international companies joining to the Nepal on the IT sector.
So I have a question that in a government sector, is there only a 1 day holiday, like Saturday only?
I think yes, in government there is only 1 day holiday.
Yeah.
Before 2 years, there was a plan of 2 days holiday, 2 days holiday, and it was cancelled within a month. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the government, they will give every public holidays.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a holiday,
Mm-hmm.
and in the IT sector there is only Sunday and Saturday holiday, and there is no more public holidays there. There are.
So in the government sector, there is some benefit as well for the employee.
No, in the government sector, if you go for the civil servant level,
Mm-hmm.
they will get the salary according to the government level.
Okay.
So there is no income like a private IT sectors here.
So how about the benefit? Do you get a benefit after
Uh,
retirement, or is there anything the
yeah,
plan?
government sector IT's professional gave a pension plan according to government. There is a that facility, and I think training facilities. There will be
Mm-hmm.
the training facilities, and there will be the international exposure facilities for the government staff in the ministry, in the bureaucracy sectors of the IT.
Okay. The government conference and international travel training as well in the government. Did you get
Yeah.
any chance to go there?
As an IT consultant, I am an expert, because that's quota will come for only the government staff. Uh,
Okay.
that quota will under the government staff. So there is no chance for IT consultant to go on the government quota to the international level. So you can help the government staff to present the topics, to speak them on the international level. That part you can help them to attend the international conference at that time if they need that help.
That's great. So it was really very good conversation with you. Do you have any future plan if you want to share?
I think uh, because I have been a lots. It's become a lots of time into. I didn't visit the international countries, so I think every IT personnel should visit, should go for the international level once on their life, so that that experience should be you should bring back to Nepal, and so that could be the better opportunities. I can give an example of a Pathao. Pathao is a Bangladeshi app, just like Uber in America. So that app is really really become a blessed to every Nepali people on Kathmandu who are in currently Kathmandu. So that type of concepts is really at this in the foreign country that's become old, but in Nepal that will become a initiation. So that type of knowledge should be there. So I see lots of students going, lots of people want to settle on different countries. So you can do if you come back to your country, you can do anything. So that's level of exposure. I think in the future I will go for the that type of exposure. I will go for again for the master's degree, because I have gained the knowledge from the Nepal. So what international practices that the main I think I lagging in my life, so that like I will get from the international exposure, international level of thinking. So that will be implemented on the Nepal government level, or Nepal private level, or Nepal INGO level, so that that Nepal will also go on the from current status to the one level of high status. That type of knowledgeable people are lacking in Nepal. So I think I that gap I want to fulfill in the future.
Best of luck for your future plan. It was really very good that we talk regarding the IT sector in Nepal and in the government sector as well. So, lastly, I just want to ask you, like, do you have any advice for the newcomer, like of new graduates, anything that you want to share with them?
So when I 15 year go back, I see myself after just there is a trend. If you got the first division SLC, study science, and if you have a science, go for engineering, and after the engineering, do a job. That trend is currently also following till now. Also there is. So I think what's your interest? You should know from your heart. Just I can say there is a movie called Three Idiots. That movie came after my bachelor. I'm really sad on that. That movie teaches you what you want to do. That will do your best. That's point you have to every student should understand. Just when I go for the guest lecture, I always ask you, why study you engineering, why you studying this one, that one, do you know the syllabus? At least see your syllabus, at least see the courses in the 4 years you are going to study. You have to go through it. And if you don't want to study that courses, why are you are spending your uh, beautiful time on that? By learning a simple subject also, that's a main you can gain whatever your interest. Give your best what you want, and that part should be listened from your heart. Because your parents, current generation parents can't force their children do this, do that. It's your interest. Whatever you want to do it. So whatever you want to study, and do it. Just I can say in Nepal there is a few Nepali universities, and we don't have a subject we can know. We have only, there is, I think there is a difficulty, there is 30 40 subjects which we can study. Yeah. So that are subjects which are not there. If you don't if you have a god on you, go for the scholarship for the different university in the international world. There is also available scholarship. You what you want, you have to go for it. That won't come to your step. You have to work hard to achieve on that. So after your, if you go to the foreign after your 4 years, come back to your nation to give something you have learned. That will be more precious to everything. That experience will be accountable to your valuable to your country. So that's part of it. If you are going to computer engineer, then go to the syllabus. That's I as you that you know, we as a computer user, we have studied a lot of electronic subject. And I think, and in its these are digital signal processing subject. We also call it difficult subject to pass. Every
Yes,
student will
DSP. Yes.
get back on that subject. Do you have implementation of that till now? Do you have implemented that subject till now? I even don't have implemented it till now.
No.
So you have to go to subject whichever. If you want to be a computer engineer, that's computer engineer is currently in Nepali, so they are more focused on software part. In Nepal also there, there is a electronics student coming to the computer field. They are working on the programming. So field is a different, electronics is a different field, computer is a different field. So we should go what the current market need and what your interest is, you go for it. Just there is a different website that go on the trend, just like I have seen on some international sites, what is the scope of .NET programmers, how much salary they are earning in a year, how much they increment. That type of knowledge you have to go before you choosing a subject. So this is a request to every new comers on this this education system. Go for the syllabus what you want to study. And I also listen that in Nepal there is a one misconception that IT students are earning more. They don't see the difficulties they go for. They don't just, there is a spending time, they don't see learning, they don't see the learning. You have to give the effort, you have to go through whole day on the computer only. So that's not your life. So earning is a really difficult in IT sector also, that must be understand. And that's nothing your brother have learned the computer engineering or IT is being IT. You should learn, you if you are interested, go for it and do it you for your best. So I think in a certain time the IT sector will be only a skill part, not a academic part. So you have to learn also that trend is changing basically. So you can do it. I can give you example of just I'm not a good blogger, and in Nepal there are good bloggers like Susan, I think Susant, I forgot the name, Sisan Bania.
Sisan Basia,
Sisan Bania.
Sisan
Bania.
Bania,
Sisan
Bania,
Bania.
yeah. Hmm.
Just he did what he want to do. So he's one of
Hmm.
the best blogger. He's earning due to his passions. So that's the level you have to be a passionate. So that's the best thing we should learn from his her life. If I start a blogging, I don't think I will make it like him. So his expression style is really beautiful. His way of presentation is really beautiful, and I think train is on the blogging and content management. You have to watch it. The content manager working is earning. So that's also you can see the train is where you have to go through it.
Yes, of course. That is really very nice advice for the audience and for the newcomer, new graduates as well.
Yeah,
If anybody wants to in touch with you, if anybody wants any questions regarding any government sector questions, can you share your email or anything so that they can directly connect with you?
you can also send email, or also you can go for the LinkedIn profile. I will accept
Mhm.
everyone. So I think LinkedIn is a professional. As a, being a professional for the guide, you have to follow me on the LinkedIn.
Mhm.
And there is a Sudon Sudon Prajapati as my LinkedIn name, so you can go for it. And everything which I can guide, so I can guide from my heart to the everyone. If you want to listen to me, if you my suggestion, then come to the LinkedIn and follow me. And also I will accept your request, and I will definitely answer your queries.
Thank you so much, Sudan, for sharing that LinkedIn profile. I will be anyone who wants to connect with you. They can directly get from my description. So it was really very nice talking with you, Sudandai. And
Yeah, thank you. Have a nice day.
if you feel this is a helpful video, you can share with your friends, families, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel name is Nepali Tech Mom. So yeah, enjoy your life. Bye.